Every leader hunts for an edge, a method for performance that isn't on a balance sheet. What if one leadership method had a proven 250% ROI? AT&T already achieved this, and that's not an outlier. Executive coaching shows an even more stunning ROI, over 700%. These massive returns don't come from software. They come from one specific misunderstood human skill. Next, we will show this skill, its 4 ROI generating parts, and why so few managers master it. The skill is emotional intelligence, and it isn't a soft skill. It is a strategic driver of hard business results. The data is clear. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are far more likely to be top performers. This ability scales. EQ drives 20 to 30% better business results across the entire organization. But emotional intelligence is a big idea. So what are the precise parts that actually generate these returns? You're about to find out. It begins with something shockingly rare: self-awareness. Studies confirm only 10 to 15% of leaders genuinely possess it. After self-knowledge comes understanding others. We'll now break down the ROI of empathy, listening, and giving meaningful feedback. First up, empathy. Why is it valuable? Because it's a direct counter to burnout, which costs businesses fortunes. Empathetic managers slash burnout rates. This is also a powerful retention tool. Over 90% of people would stay with an empathetic boss, even for less pay. Think of the replacement cost saved. Next is active listening. This is the engine of engagement. Managers who truly listen are 5 times more likely to have highly engaged teams. The reason is simple. Listening builds trust. When people feel heard, they feel valued. They commit more of themselves to the work. So, understanding others clearly creates value. But how does understanding yourself, that rare skill of self-awareness, turn into cold, hard cash? This returns us to the specific parts we promised to show. The rarity of self-awareness is exactly what makes it a competitive advantage. Again, only 10–15% of leaders have it. That small group outperforms peers by 20% in revenue and productivity. Knowing yourself gives you a huge edge. Here's the practical outcome. Self-aware leaders give superior feedback. They adjust for their own biases to deliver messages with maximum effect. The impact is huge. 80% of workers who get meaningful feedback are fully engaged. That's the difference between attendance and performance. This feedback loop builds the trust required for delegation. It frees you up and develops your team, creating a powerful productivity cycle. You might be thinking this is all about being nice. The data shows it is about being effective and profitable. The most empathetic companies aren't just friendly. They generate 50% higher earnings per employee. That's a hard number. When an employee feels their manager cares about them as a person, it translates directly into higher productivity levels. But there is another layer to this. The most advanced leaders develop what's called organizational awareness. This is reading the organization's undercurrents, the politics, the culture. It lets a leader see opportunities and risks that others completely miss. So how do these parts, self-awareness, empathy, feedback, add up to that 250% ROI from the beginning? Let's connect it all. That 250% ROI from AT&T or the 788% from coaching isn't from magic. It's the direct result of building these EQ skills. See it as a chain reaction. Self-awareness permits effective feedback. That feedback, with empathy and listening, builds psychological safety and trust. This trust leads to higher engagement, lower turnover, and greater productivity. That is the exact measurable path to a huge return on investment. So, the 250% ROI skill isn't a single trick. It is the integrated system of emotional intelligence, practiced with clear intention. The evidence is clear. While others chase complicated strategies, the biggest returns come from mastering human connection. High EQ leaders are top performers. The advantage is clear because so few leaders, only 10 to 15%, are working on their self-awareness. The opportunity to excel is immense. So, where do you start? Don't try to solve it all at once. Ask your team for direct feedback on one specific behavior, like you're listening in meetings. That one act of seeking awareness is the first step toward becoming a more effective leader and gaining the incredible returns we've discussed today.